Multifix.
Ps3 Hen 4.90. That works onto things you need to download.
The first is hybrid firmware,
and it's linked for you in the video description posted at Ps3 Place. Click the download link shown here, and you'll be taken to the Mega and Z website with the most recent version of the hybrid firmware. Just click the download button, give the website a moment, and you'll get the most up-to-date version of the hybrid firmware downloaded to your computer. Insert the drive into your computer, and make note of the drive letter that's assigned to the USB storage by Windows from here. Next up, let's get that hybrid firmware copy over to your newly formatted USB drive. Right-click on the zip file and select Extract All. You can use the pre-established to extract the file. Click Extract in the bottom right corner, and once the process is complete, you can delete the zip file just to get it out of the downloads and out of your way. Double-click into the newly extracted folder to have a look inside. You'll find a folder inside here called Ps3. You'll need to copy this folder to the root of your USB storage. So I'm just going to move the File Explorer from Downloads to the left side, and then eject and reinsert the USB drive, and move that File Explorer over to the right side. Now all you have to do is drop that Ps3 folder on the left side to the root of your USB storage on the right side. It already has the correct path and file structure set up and ready to go. You're done with your computer. You can remove the USB drive from it and close out any open File Explorer windows. Insert the USB drive into the rightmost USB port on whichever model of Ps3 you're using. Power knob you've inserted is properly and formatted can be read by the Ps3. On the cross-media bar, just scroll over to the Photo tab. If you scroll down a couple of listings inside the Photo tab, you should see your USB drive represented here. There are a couple of things to tweak that will make your life much easier moving forward. While using your Ps3, navigate to the Settings tab, then scroll down 5 listings to System Settings. Select it with X. The first setting under here is for automatic system update. You want this turned off. You definitely don't want your hybrid firmware overwritten by an official firmware update by accident. This next one is just a small life improvement. Scroll down 9 listings until you get Display What's New. Since this really isn't a thing anymore, just press the X button, scroll up to off, and turn it off with the X button. This way you don't have to see the splash screen. For this, every time you restart your Ps3, press the circle button to go back to the Settings tab. Scroll all the way back up to the top, and you'll be at System Update. Select it with the X button to continue. From the list of choices that appears, scroll down to Update via Storage Media and select that with the X button. You'll see a notification you're about to install the hybrid firmware. Use the D-pad to move the highlight from No to Yes and select it with X. From here, just follow the standard on-screen instructions for installing a system software update. Quick note here, if you get to this screen and it looks like nothing's happening, press the PS button on your controller. Now let the system software update process complete. When your PlayStation 3 reboots to the cross-media run the exact same system update process again. Okay, here's the TLDR for this. There's actually a part of your storage on your PlayStation 3, and it's called the ROS. What that stands for is Region of Operating System. Installing the hybrid firmware file fills both of these slots inside your flash storage. When your Ps3 restarts, at the cross-media bar, navigate to the Internet tab. Use the D-pad to make sure the Internet browser is highlighted, and select it with the button X to launch the Internet browser. There are some key settings here to take before you proceed. First, press the triangle button to pull out the side cart menu. Scroll up the tools and select it with X. Scroll down through the list of choices inside the Tools submenu to confirm browser close, and select it with the X button. You want to make sure that this setting is set to off. Use the D-pad to change the highlight from on to off, and select it with X. Next up, press the triangle button again to open the sidecar menu. Scroll up the tools, select it with X. Scroll down through the list of menu to choices, and select it with the button to continue. In the list of choices in the pop-up screen that appears, highlight Use Blank Page, and select that with the X button. Then scroll down to OK and select OK with X to continue. All of the following settings are also under Tools, and they're all about deleting content out of the browser to make it squeaky clean. First, scroll down to Delete Cookies and select it with X. Slide over to Yes. Select it with X. Press triangle again. Go up to Tools. Select it with X. Scroll down to Delete. Search History. Select it with X. Slide over to Yes with the D-pad. Select Yes with X. Open the side menu with triangle. Scroll up to Tools, press X. Scroll down to Delete Cache. Select it with X. Slide over to yes. Press the X button. And for the last one, press triangle. Scroll up to Tools, press X. Scroll down to Delete Authentication. Information, press X. Slide over to yes. And press the X button. Squeaky clean. Press the circle button on your controller to browser. Close. And at the confirmation prompt, select yes with the X button. When you go back to the cross-media bar, you'll still be at the Internet browser menu selection. Press the X button to relaunch the Internet browser this time. Press the Start button on your controller. To pull up the virtual keyboard, press the square button to backspace over the existing blank page entry and enter in the following web address: ps3xp l0it.me. Press the Start button on your controller and it will take you to the website. When it first loads, you'll see a message that says that this is a temporary site for PS3. Exploit, just select OK with the X button to continue. Near the top left corner of the site, you'll see a listing for Ps3 Hen. Hover over it with the pointer, then scroll down to Hen Auto Installer and select with the X button. You'll be taken to the installer site where a file will be downloaded that's required for the process. Once you hear the beep and see the confirmation message on screen, press the circle button to go back to the Hen installer. I recommend that you bookmark this page at this point, and you'll see why in just a moment. To pull up the bookmark settings, press the Select button on your controller, then select Add to Bookmarks with the X button. Once you save the bookmark, it's going to download the exact same file that it just previously downloaded. This isn't a problem. Just select Do not save with the X button. Cool, let's run the installer tool. For the first time, move the highlight arrow over to Auto Install and select it with the X button. The initialization process can take up to several minutes to complete. I wanted to show you this so that you didn't get alarmed. If you have this happen to you, you may run all the way up to 100% and find that the process failed. Don't worry though, the instructions for dealing with this right there on the screen. Set the home page to about blank and bookmark the page now. Why do those steps sound familiar? Oh yeah, I remember. Because we just did them. The best way to reload this page and restart process is press circle to close the browser, then press X on Internet browser to go right back into it. Press the Select button on the controller to pull up your bookmarks. Locate the bookmark for this page, and then press X to reload the page. When you reload this page, it's gonna reload that same file again this time. I recommend that you accept it since you're reloading this page from scratch. Just like before. Once the file's downloaded, press circle to go back to the Hen installer. Cool, just like you did previously. Hover over Auto Install Hen and select it with X. Take note of something. This time it's not going to go all the way to 100%. It's only going to go distance into the process, and you'll be taken back to the cross-media bar. In my experience, if the Hen installer makes it all the way to 100%, it's probably going to fail. The install will download a file to your PlayStation 3. Once the download process is complete, press the circle button on the controller to be taken back to the cross-media bar. Give the installer a moment to complete the process and be sure not to interrupt it. Once the installation process is complete, you'll see a confirmation message on screen. When you press the circle button, your PlayStation 3 should automatically restart, but if it doesn't, make sure that you power off your PS3 completely to shut down, and then power your PS3 completely back on. When your PlayStation 3 returns to the cross-media bar, you should be at the Enable Hand menu option. Select it with the X button to continue. Give your PS3 a moment to let the magic happen. Once the process is complete, you'll be back at the cross-media bar. To verify that Hen is working, all you need to do is press down on the D-pad. If you see the package manager here, you've got Ps3 Hen up and running. There's just one little problem though. You don't have any package to install yet. We need to install Multimin, and I will show you in next video.
Galit Asalo